In a moment, a seasonal thought for the day from Monsignor Trebe Lopez. But first, Ani Domino 1992. What kind of year was it? Who's been and gone? And what exactly happened? Behold, part 1 of the On the Hour Year in News. This year started in January, when almost immediately there was news of a major blunder in Europe, in which Great Britain lost the dates January the 10th, May the 8th, June the 22nd and August the 6th in a disastrous bet with other community members. The wager, made when the British delegate ran out of money at the Brussels Dog Stadium, was lost outright, with the Germans, French and Spanish gleefully adding the extra dates to their own calendars and laughing at the now sadly diminished 361-day British year. February, and more difficulties for Mr. Yeltsin as his enemies in the Kremlin brought the struggling Russian government to its knees. Although clearly bitter, the beleaguered president vowed to carry on with new objectives.
I'm distraught. It seems very strange that elected representatives of the people can do this to the people. And I must talk to my advisors and hopefully we'll come up with a plan which at least will save football in Maidstone.
News Edition.
In March, unprecedented chaos hit the railways as drivers stopped their engines and refused to drive them any further in a protest over dangerous lines. A spokesman explained, "If you look down the track, the rails get closer together towards the horizon. With fixed-gauge rolling stock, this gradual narrowing is likely to derail our trains." Late March, and with election fever at bursting point, Labour's strategy blew up in its face when it was revealed that in making one of the most shocking political broadcasts ever shown, Robin Cook had deliberately thrown a child off a cliff. 364 yesterdays today. August the 18th, and a dark night for the film world when at a dinner to launch his new film Chaplin, Richard Attenborough stood up and exploded. October was dominated throughout by the televised live contest between Bobby Fischer and Boris Spassky to see who could pee highest up a wall in Yugoslavia. And then in December, the nation was stunned when the dramatic contents of the Queen's Christmas speech were leaked by the press.
This year, I am speaking to you not from Buckingham Palace, but from a cross. And it was from this house that my grandfather, King George V, and my father, curiously enough, used to service men and women.
Part 2 of our news review in about 738 seconds. High summer in July, and the opening ceremony of the Olympic Games etched a deep crevice into the world's brain. At the climax of the historic pageant, the Olympic flame was lit by opera singer Jose Carreras, who was set on fire on the stadium floor and catapulted 150 feet up into a cauldron of inflammable gas. Madonna, never far from the headlines, was front-page news again in September when she released an album consisting entirely of her own burps, accompanied by a book of graphic photographs of herself burping. At the Tory conference in October, a beleaguered John Major, fighting both the miners and a stricken pound, did his best to rally the party faithful with a rousing display of inspirational rhetoric.
That is our programme for the 90s. Let me put it for you in a single phrase. First, peace at any price, either piecemeal, nor in part, nor in whole. Never, not today, not ever, once and for all.
182.5 hours of newscasting.
November the 23rd, and Silence of the Lambs actor Anthony Hopkins, touring Britain in a deer suit to publicise road safety, was run over on the M62. But November will perhaps be best remembered as a month of religious turmoil, as the General Synod of the Church of England voted to allow badgers to be ordained as ministers. Early December saw the start of yet another bleak month for the royal family, when due to a wiring fault, the Queen Mother caught fire and blazed for 2 days. Prince Andrew fearlessly braved the heat to retrieve vital organs for palace officials to place in safe storage. And then, on Christmas Day itself, the Queen addressed the Commonwealth in a speech that revealed more than a little of the strain of her annus horribilis.
I first came here for Christmas as a grandchild. My great-grandfather, King Edward VII, used to bring food and try to put it behind us. Nowadays, my grandchildren come here for the source, tension, and violence.